So I realized I need to be filming intros and outros for these videos so they're not just so abrupt and, you know, starting. So we're going to put some tires back on the car, pull it up the hill, get it assessed and work on it and put some questionable quarter panels in it. You know, of course, that's in the thumbnail, but I think they turn out okay in the end. I hope. So I rolled the parts car down the hill because I only have one set of these bolt pattern wheels, these Mopar Ford bolt pattern wheels. So I'm getting the wheels off of this car and put back on this car so I can get this car back up the hill next to the shop where the extension cords and air hoses will reach it easily, because I plan to work on it outside. So this is, I guess, part one of part two of getting this car going again. I'm going to borrow Fred Flintstone's jack stand for Fred Flintstone's car. See if it works. Beautifully. What's the worst that could happen? The questionable suspension made an interesting pushmobile here with the truck. So, but I got it up the hill. Now I just need to get it leveled out. Ignore that. That's fine. We did it. I'm gonna try to stick to an upload a week on the Plymouth. I got it back up on the hill. There's Kitty Cat. Wait, that's not my kitty cat, but that's a kitty cat. He's a street cat, I guess. But I got it up the hill. I got it up on a block because the torsion bar, I think, is broke, so it sits really crooked, and I want to be able to get around it kind of level. So I got it up on a block, like I said. I'm going to go ahead and finish squaring up this body. I'm going to go ahead and build a cage in it. You see there's no structure left. Sorry, that was my palm. There's no structure left in this car. So I'm gonna build a little cage in it, probably pull the dash out. I think I might fully restore the dash because it's something that I can do up on a bench. It'll be kind of easy. Maybe, I don't know. The ease of access is impressive on this car, you know. Looking up underneath the car, you can see the underneath of the trunk lid. It's pretty rough. So this is a massive undertaking. Okay, it's time to put some braces inside this car here. Let's go that way. So, step ladder in the hole, Dukes of Hazzard style, because the doors are welded shut. Because that's just what you do when you put together such a beautiful automobile. She's a peach. My foot is stuck. I almost died. I almost died on camera. Okay, okay. I really don't know how this is gonna look, but I'm just gonna prop you up over here. This is where the seat goes. Ew. Hopefully you can see. I think maybe tilt it, maybe like that. Can you see? Am I in the shot? All right. Just gonna measure side to side, and then I'll do some front to back, and then yeah. Hopefully she'll be stronger. I don't even want to touch anything in here. It's disgusting. All right. About 62.5 inches from there to there. Oh, let's see what it is up here. Probably about the same. Magnetic, but it's not very strong. Up here we've got 62 inches. So 62.5 by 62. All right, let's get out here and cut up some of this conduit. 62 and 62.5. Remember that, because I won't. Oh, look at that mud dauber nest. He's working on like a 55 Chevy. He smashed the end flat before he welded it in. I assume he has good reason, so I'm happy. Because his work is insane. So I'm still working on welding this conduit cage in here, and I know you're thinking, you know, why didn't you just weld an X in it? Well, I didn't think about it, and I didn't think that I had this much conduit laying around. I only thought I had 1.5 pieces, but I had like 3 full pieces. Either way, it's going to be enough to hold it to where I can open these doors and get the rest of this floor cut out. I'm going to weld a brace down in here, cut this out, and weld a piece of thick metal from there to there on both sides and on the inner rocker. And then that'll hold all that together too. I mean, the side to side's not really a big deal. There's this brace in here, and the whole firewall holds the car from crushing in. So, I mean, this is just, I don't know. Hopefully it helps. Okay, so I managed to get a temporary cage in. It's pretty strong. I'm happy with it now. I think the next thing will be to get this bottom of the rocker shored up. I've got some Galaxy quarters. They're not really close to this, but I don't have any Plymouth quarters. I'm gonna eventually source some proper quarters, but I think if I just do the Galaxy quarter right below that brake line, it'll be enough to kind of shore some more of this up so that I can get all this inner rocker boxed in, and then later on trade out for the proper quarter and wheel wells. It's just an idea. I might do that. I'm sorry, this is too hilarious. Again, I am not using these quarter panels. I am just making shapes. This is all temporary. Do not hang me yet. I promise it's not permanent, but that's funny. Okay, I trimmed it. It's still offensive, but not egregiously so. I mean, it's better than a poke in the eye. We're getting there. I'm gonna try to use this piece of exhaust that I clamped to this quarter panel to kind of give it a roll underneath. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Why not? So you can see down in the back, it's a little too short, but I'm gonna cut that and make it swoop better. But first I need to put more of a roll right there. It's kind of flat, and the Plymouth is kind of round down there. So I'm gonna take it off and just bend it over my knee, but I'm gonna split it right there so it doesn't kink more. And then I'll screw this piece of the rocker back on. And I think that we're gonna have some pretty good shapes. Again, you could see how it's kind of droopy and twisted looking. I'm gonna lengthen that out so it flows better. So I don't think it's gonna look that bad when it's all done. Again, all temporary, in case you're wondering what it looks like underneath. Well, that's certainly one of the funnier things I've ever done. I put some spray paint on there to kind of establish the lines that I'm gonna go for when it's all said and done. I got a round back here a little bit, but all in all, I don't think it's too hateful for a rough end. It's interesting. Where we are on day 2 of working on the car. I'm going to try to work on it every Friday afternoon. I'm going to film the Friday and upload either Friday night or Saturday morning. I've got a lot of big plans for it. A lot of crazy things I'm going to do with it, hopefully. So, yeah. I appreciate the fact that I posted the video last Saturday and it averaged almost 1,000 views a day for the first 5 days. So, that's pretty cool. You know, I'll get better at this YouTube thing and the editing, and I'll get a microphone, and I have a proper camera, but I'll make it all work. I'll do better. It'll get better. So hang in there. We'll get this car done.